where the squad's been in the last two major tournaments, and all the success you've had. What do you put it down to yourself, and is it something the players have discussed?
I wouldn't say I can put it down to anything. In football there's ups and downs, and I think over the last couple of years, we've been on quite some good form, and it's one of those times that it's not quite going how we planned. In a lot of the games, individual performances hasn't been up to par, and me myself, I take responsibility for my performances. But as I said, it's not a time to panic. I think the game tomorrow is another opportunity to go out there and put a great show on for the fans, and take a step in the right direction. And if we get that win, then we're in good stead.
You've had a very close relationship with the man on your right for a long time now, since you were very young. What do you make of the criticism that he's facing personally?
Yeah, I think we all know that's what comes with football and playing at the highest level. You're right under the eye, and I think a lot of it has been unfair, but of course that's the level that we're at with England. We're always under that pressure to win, and this small loss of form is not, as I keep saying, something that we need to panic about. I think we have a big opportunity coming up in the winter to go out there and show that what we can do again. And for what he's done since he's been in here, brought us to a semi and a final. It just shows the direction that we're going in. Yes, we're not at the level that we know we can be, but I still think we have positives to look at.
To Raheem, do you think too much is being made about the lack of goals at the moment?
Not really. As I said, with the players that we have in the team and been producing for many years, of course it's not what we want at this moment in time. Of course not. If we don't score goals, we don't get results. It's as simple as that. So, but I think it will come in good stead. We don't have to panic. I keep saying it's better for us to get out of the way now than in a tournament football. So I said we've got a big one tomorrow. Let's try and see if we can produce there and build from there.
And Raheem, for you, we've seen how much the England team grows when you're actually away at a tournament. Going into the World Cup, very few expectations on this team that grew into such a strong unit with your time away in Russia. And then on the back of the Nations League as well, going into the Euros, a team that just got stronger in depth. What is it that Gareth Southgate does away in a camp like that when he gets you for all that time? And what does that tell you about any fears that England could be the new Italy and may not struggle to push on again into this World Cup?
No, from the moment Gareth's come in, I think massively that's shifted in the group is the mentality. He's definitely changing the mentality of the group. And like anything, camps have been enjoyable. It doesn't feel like you're stuck somewhere in the middle of nowhere. A lot of the boys are close, and as I keep saying, I keep going over it, it's been a tough period now, but I don't think any of the boys back over there on base now will be thinking that we don't have a good chance in the winter. That's the belief that we have as a group. Yes, of course, the results don't show that right now, but I'm still strongly in belief with the boys there that when we go over there in the winter, that we'll have a good one. That's for sure.
Don't write England off yet.
Pardon?
Don't write England off.
No. As I keep saying, there's no need to panic. Yes, these results are bad, but we've got good things to come.
Gareth shouldered a lot of the blame, or all of the blame, after that result. How much have you talked about in the dressing room and repaying that faith? Was there a bit of guilt, or do you just all know that you're working in the right direction and it will come?
Yeah, and I think since the manager's come in, that's all he's done for us. He's always tried to protect us. He's always tried to make the environment really calm for us so we can go out there and do what we need to do on the football field. But, of course, after the summer performances, we all came away from that and we had to have a look at ourselves, and, none of us were proud of the performance we put out, me, myself personally. And I don't think it's for Gareth to shoulder all that blame. I think we've got players in there that's played at the highest level, and we need to take some of that responsibility as well and start to put these performances on the football field and win football matches, because that's as simple what we're here for. We're not a country that comes to try and partake. We want to win things, and it's for us as a group. As I said, we haven't just sat on it. We've been in there, and we've spoke as a collective, and I think we're in the right stead to make things right.
Do you think there is a sense with this World Cup coming so quickly, it is catching us all out, even though we knew it was coming, that having taken on your ideas at club, that there is a bit of it's a lot of change, and that when you get embedded in the camp, it's going to be a different situation?
Yeah, I think especially because it's mid-season that the World Cup comes now, and it's not something that we're all used to. So yeah, it's kind of a new thing for us. But as I keep saying, for us as a national team and a country, I don't think it's one that we need to panic about. We have a fresh start when we do go to the World Cup, and I know the boys have been in those scenarios before, and I know that we will come good.
And the criticism around Gareth's tactics is too one-dimensional, that he's not attacking enough. What's your thoughts on that?
I'll just say semi-final and a final, and we should be trying to, put positive messages out there to try and, spur the boys on again. As I said, with the performances, I get it, that why we're thinking like this at the minute, but I keep saying I don't think it's time to panic. He showed over the last couple of years what he brings to this team, and he's someone that all the boys trust and someone that we all want to follow in his direction. And I don't think these last couple of games changes that narrative. I think the narrative needs to be that, can we go that one step ahead, and how are we going to do it, and try and build a positive, positive.
Thanks, Gary.
Raheem, comment pieces were written across Europe and across the world this year when you moved from Manchester City to Chelsea, and they were surprised that Manchester City would let a player of your quality go. You are so highly regarded across the planet. How confident are you that you can be a world star, underline that point, and be a star of this World Cup? And looking across the squad, how many players are there in the England squad and in the England team who can really, nail their colours to the mast and underline the fact that they are capable of winning big games and, being world stars?
I don't think it's really about being a world star. I think the most important thing is that collective performances out there, and of course you're going to need individuals to win your football matches, but I don't think to myself I want to go here and try to show myself to be a star. No, it's first and foremost the team needs to go and perform, because if the team don't perform, then I can't be in positions or have moments to win games for my team. So I'd say the answer to that question is definitely, I think we have definitely got players of that calibre that can win you football matches at any moment in time, but I think what's so good about us is the collective, and that's how it's always been, and that's how we'll keep going.